Engelbert, you said Caitlin Clark should be grateful of the WNBA. What?
Okay, hold up. Someone just dropped a bombshell, and trust me, after you hear this, you are never going to look at the WNBA the same way again. Napheesa Collier has finally broken her silence, pulling back the curtain and exposing the commissioner's absolute dirtiest agenda against none other than Caitlin Clark.
Her response was, Caitlin should be grateful she makes $16 million off the court, because without the platform that the WNBA gives her, she wouldn't make anything. And in that same conversation, she told me, players should be on their knees thanking their lucky stars for the media rights deal that I got them. That's a mentality driving our league from the top. We go to battle every day to protect a shield that does.
But wait, that's not even half of it. She didn't just stop there. Napheesa also blew the lid off a secret alliance between the WNBA commissioner and some seriously corrupt refs. And trust me, the commissioner is in total panic mode right now. So, if you're out there and you believe Caitlin Clark truly deserves justice, go ahead and smash that like button, then type "fire the commissioner" in the comments below. What exactly did Napheesa leak, and how is this going to completely obliterate the commissioner's career? Let's dive straight into it.
Comments from Napheesa Collier in her exit interview earlier.
Alright, this is absolutely insane. Napheesa Collier found the courage, the sheer audacity, to say what literally no other player has ever dared to speak out loud. She didn't flinch. She didn't even hesitate. She just fearlessly exposed the bitter, brutal truth about the league, knowing full well the consequences she might face.
We have the best players in the world. We have the best fans in the world. But right now, we have the worst leadership in the world. If I didn't know exactly what the job entailed, maybe I wouldn't feel.
But here's the part that absolutely shocked everyone the most. It was all about Caitlin Clark. Let me just play that clip for you right now.
I also asked how she planned to fix the fact that players like Caitlin, Angel, and Paige, who are clearly driving massive revenue for the league, are making so little for their first 4 years. Her response was, Caitlin should be grateful she makes $16 million off the court, because without the platform that the WNBA gives her, she wouldn't make anything.
Are you kidding me right now? Just stop and think about this for a second. Caitlin isn't just any rookie, she is the biggest reason this league is absolutely shattering records as we speak. Ratings are through the roof. Tickets are selling out like crazy. Jersey sales are off the charts. Social media engagement has exploded. Literally every single thing the league is bragging about right now has Caitlin Clark's fingerprints all over it. That's how unbelievably valuable she is. But here's the craziest, most mind-boggling part: the commissioner thinks the complete opposite. According to Collier, Commissioner Cathy Engelbert basically told her that Caitlin Clark should be grateful to the league. Grateful for what? Exactly, for dragging the WNBA into prime time, for bringing millions of brand new fans into the fold. I mean, how incredibly out of touch is that?
This commissioner could be about the fact that Caitlin Clark needs the league more than the league needs Caitlin Clark. Are you mental? You know what could happen, and I know nobody wants to see Caitlin Clark go to the Unrivaled. Everybody's made that clear. But I can tell you this right now, make it very clear. Caitlin Clark could come out and say, I'm going to the Unrivaled, I'm taking that $1 million offer. You know what would happen? Over 1 million people would start watching Unrivaled games overnight.
If Cathy truly feels that Caitlin should be grateful for her and grateful for the WNBA for her off-season league money, which, by the way, Caitlin had a lot of endorsement deals before she even came to the WNBA. If that is how she feels about Caitlin and it's not the reverse, not Cathy being grateful for Caitlin, that is so.
But wait, because the next reveal is going to absolutely blow your mind. Collier also exposed the commissioner's truly shocking remarks about other players. She basically said they should be on their knees, thanking the league for its media deals. On their knees? No way. That is not leadership, that's a straight-up insult. That is pure, unadulterated ego speaking.
And in that same conversation, she told me, players should be on their knees thanking their lucky stars for the media rights deal that I got them. That's a mentality driving our league from the top. We go to battle every day to protect a shield that doesn't.
Let me just say this straight up. This is the exact same league that has been absolutely living off the star power, the incredible talent of these women for years. And now the message they're sending is, oh, you should thank me for letting you shine. Please, give me a break.
Shots after shots. Yo, Kathy said, forget what y'all talking about, be grateful.
And you know what truly adds even more fuel to this fire? Elena Della Dunn, a legend, retired this year and specifically said she heard from literally everyone except the commissioner herself. So maybe, just maybe, that explains why coaches are suddenly getting fined left and right. Perhaps that's the real foundation. Kathy Angelbert simply cannot stand being questioned. Everyone's just supposed to clap, smile, and be endlessly grateful, right? And if you don't, well, you've seen exactly what happened. But here's the truly wild part. This was just a fraction of what Collier had to unload. Just think about it, she was injured, her season was over, and with absolutely nothing left to lose, she completely torched the WNBA in a way no one had ever witnessed before. And honestly, it felt like history was being made in real time. She didn't throw a subtle jab or a hint, she went straight for the leadership, calling it the worst leadership in the world. That wasn't just frustration boiling over, that was a player ripping the mask off, in front of absolutely everyone.
To be clear, this conversation is not about winning or losing. It's about something much bigger. The real threat to our league isn't money, it isn't ratings, or even missed calls, or even physical play. It's the lack of accountability from the league office. At some point, everyone deserves to hear the truth from someone who I hope has earned the benefit of the doubt to fight for what is right and fair for our athletes and our fans. We have the best players in the world. We have the best fans in the world. But right now, we have the worst leadership in the world.
But hold on a second, while every big name, from Stephanie White to Sophie Cunningham and Lexi Hall, has vocally come out in solid support of Napheesa, guess what? Kathy Angelbert herself finally replied. And honestly, it was nothing but empty words.
I mean, I could go on and on. You guys already know how I feel. I want to read Kathy Engelbert's statement back to Napheesa Collier. She said, I have the utmost respect for Napheesa Collier and for all the players in the WNBA. Together, we have all worked tirelessly to transform this league. My focus remains on ensuring a bright future for the players and the WNBA, including collaborating on how we continue to elevate the game. I am disheartened by how Napheesa characterized our conversations and league leadership, but even when our perspectives differ, my commitment to the players and to this work will not waver. There's no answers in this. I get it. I think this is just an immediate knee-jerk reaction, just trying to say, like, you know, I'm disappointed with how she painted me, but there's no solution.
But Collier didn't stop there, she went even further. Players have been whispering about bad refs for years, but Collier said what everyone has been thinking out loud. She directly tied it to her own injury, pointing out how the refs let the game get so incredibly physical that bodies eventually just break down. And she's the living proof. Her season ended on one of those devastating, no-whistle plays.
Since I've been in the league, you've heard the constant concerns about officiating, and it has now reached levels of inconsistency that plague our sport and undermine the integrity in which it operates. Whether the league cares about the health of the players is one thing, but to also not care about the product we put on the floor is truly self-sabotage. Year after year, the only thing that remains consistent is the lack of accountability.
Now, really think about this. This is exactly what happened to Caitlin Clark. Kia revealed that the commissioner actually told Caitlin she should be grateful. Just let that sink in. When your absolute biggest stars are dropping out of games with injuries, we're talking Caitlin, Napheesa, Sophie, this is how you treat them? These are the players fans are actually paying good money to see. These are the very faces of the league. And now they're sitting on the bench, watching their teams fight without them. And instead of protection or accountability, you tell them they should be grateful? That is not leadership, period. That is outright insulting, and it didn't even stop there. When Collier brought up officiating, the response from Kathy Engelbert was essentially that losers complain about the refs. Losers. So now, merely questioning inconsistent officiating makes you a loser? Seriously.
At Unrivaled this past February, I sat across from Kathy and asked how she planned to address the officiating issues in our league. Her response was, well, only the losers complain about the refs.
Kathy, can't you see that if they were losers, they would never have come out this straight and said what they did? They would not have jeopardized absolutely everything, their image, their contracts, even their standing in the league, just to finally call out what has been ignored for years. And Kathy calls this the work of losers? No, this is the work of leaders. The kind of leaders the league clearly does not have at the top right now.